Hello, my YouTube family. Welcome back to Soul Talk with Cash. And as you know, we are a family that takes control of our thoughts and we modify our thoughts to make lasting positive impacts on our relationships. Now, the last video that I did was about what your wife needs from you. Now, today's video is geared towards the wives. What does your husband need from you? Stick around, I'll be sharing 5 tips, very important points about what your husband needs from you. Ladies, the number one thing that your husband needs from you is not sex. The number one thing that he needs is your respect. Hear me now. People say respect begets respect, and that respect is earned. It is extremely important to understand that our husbands need our respect. Some wives are going to argue that if their husband doesn't show respect to them, then they don't see the reason they should show respect to their husbands. But I'm speaking about respecting your husband unconditionally, not only when he shows respect to you, not only when he does what you want, but all the time, as best as possible. Mutual respect is extremely important in building healthy relationships for both male and female. However, for males though, respect goes to their core. If their wife shows them respect, they interpret that as their wives loving them. Yes, they feel confident that they are trusted and they feel adequate and competent to make their wives feel happy. Showing respect to your husband will motivate him to act lovingly towards you and grant your desires. He'll feel more comfortable and he'll have less problems giving you what you want. However, since respect means different things to different people, you must understand what respect means to your husband. Generally though, being respectful means you will be mannerly when communicating in your words, in your tone, in your action, your attitude, even your facial expression. Those tell a lot about your level of respect for your husband. It also means that you will be trusting of his judgment on various matters and you will give him that autonomy and space to figure things out on his own. It means that you will resist the urge to give unsolicited advice and to trust that he can do it, and if he needs your help, he will ask. The second thing that your husband needs from you is your admiration and appreciation. You should strive to let him feel that he is important to you and that you need him. If you didn't need a man, then he wouldn't be necessary in your life. Let him feel that importance because he is. Not only to run errands for you or to fulfill your needs, but let him feel as an important person to you. Praise him at home and publicly. Tell him from time to time what you really appreciate about him and mean it. Allow him to take control of various situations and let him make those decisions without questioning his authority. Because after all, if you trust him, then you are going to trust him to make the right decision, right? Ask him what he thinks about important decisions that you have to make. In other words, involve him in those critical decision making, and these are all things that will help him feel important and valuable to you. Also, affirm him. If he gives you a bit of advice and you like that input, then you could say, "That's a wonderful idea," or "I never thought of that before," or "Perfect, let's do that." Another way to show him how much you appreciate him and that you admire him is to encourage him by using empowering, positive words to him. Communicate that to him, and this will help him to know that you trust him. You know that he's capable of getting things done. The third thing that your husband needs from you is your support. The support that he requires is for you to believe in him and believe in his capabilities. Understand that he doesn't need to be told what to do or how to do something. And that's where we spoke about unsolicited advice. Trust that if he wanted your help, your assistance, he would have asked. Give your opinion when he has indicated that he wants your input. Being supportive to your husband means that you must learn to be an active listener, even when they don't talk much at times, but the way how you're in tune with him, you can understand how he operates over time. You will seek to understand what he's feeling, what he's going through. Another way that you can be supportive to your husband is by learning to understand him enough to know when to step in and assist and when to allow him space to internalize things and resolve issues on his own. Men innately needs time by themselves to process their emotions, to figure out things, and to figure out the way to do it. And when you see them withdrawing and going into this cave, that's the space that they need to develop, to go through their thoughts and emotions and to problem solve. That's one way that they get that done. So allow them that space. So if you notice that this is what is happening, just give them the time to go ahead and to do that because they need it. Supporting your husband will also mean that you will be his number one cheerleader. You'll be encouraging him to achieve those goals that he has. You'll be encouraging him to move forward and to grow based on these plans and projections that he has communicated to you. You will be the one to be behind him, to help to motivate him, encourage him as well. When you are supportive, you will try to be involved in the things that he enjoys doing. You will participate in the recreational activities with him. You don't have to love football to go to a football match with him or learn about the game. So you'll be willing to learn about the things that he loves so you can be there to be involved, to participate, to show some level of understanding about what he really enjoys doing. The fourth thing that your husband needs from you, this is where we get to know sexual appeal and satisfying that sexual need. Do you remember when I said earlier that the number one thing that your husband needs from you is not sex? It may not be the number one, but it is extremely important. There's a lot of chemistry behind this, to which I'm not going to get into right now, but just to know that when men are happy and contented, they will always reserve energy for having sex. For many of you wives who are blaming it on being too tired, you're exhausted from the day's activity and all of that, you need to plan time, reserve time and energy for that aspect of your relationship. This act of connection and intimacy, not only does it provide exercise, lower blood pressure, but it relieves stress. It helps your husband feel satisfied and it makes him feel that the relationship is healthy. Men also need to feel desired. Wives, you must initiate having sex often. Our minds are so powerful that even when we don't feel like it, we can get in the mood to make this happen and to make this connection happen. So we have control over our minds and we can get ourselves to the place we need to be if we really want to. Not only am I encouraging you to initiate sex, but also schedule it at times. This involves being deliberate and intentional, because sometimes if you don't, you get overwhelmed with everything that is happening and you put other things like work, like the children, like the chores, everything else before this. And remember that it is extremely important. Also, let your partner know how to please you so that this experience can be fulfilling to both of you. Be an active participant in this activity. It shouldn't be a matter of pretending, but wives need to be actively involved. And that's why you're going to communicate what it is that you enjoy, what it is that he enjoys, and seeking to fulfill each other's needs. So this can be a wonderful experience for both of you. The fifth and final thing that I'll be sharing in this video that your husband needs from you is for you to be attractive to him. Have you ever been concerned about your appearance to others than your husband? Ladies, don't get comfortable that you'll wear anything in the house and to bed that is unappealing. This means you wouldn't want anybody else to see you like this. You'd rather go change off in something else. But you are to the point where you're comfortable enough displaying this side of yourself to your husband. No, it shouldn't be. You should remain attractive to your husband at home or publicly. Don't get too comfortable. He wants you to be attractive to him too. He is the one you should be seeking to impress. Keep up your appearance. This involves the way you comb your hair, what you wear, the way you treat your body, even your posture. Those are some of the things that you need to pay attention to that will allow you to be more attractive to your husband. I'm sure that when you are seeking a life partner, you usually put yourself together and that was the best of you. Now that you have found your partner, your lifelong partner, still continue to put out that extra effort to be presentable and attractive. Don't drop the ball now. It is believed that men are visually stimulated and they're visual creatures. So continue to stimulate them by your appearance. Finally, on this point is don't make the mistake of allowing yourself to believe that it doesn't matter how you look and that it shouldn't matter how you look and he should accept you just as you are. Yes, he should accept you just as you are. However, our role is still to maintain our appearance so that we can be attractive to our husbands, because appearance matters. And you don't want him to be looking outside for that fulfillment. You want him to find it at home. Those are my 5 points to you, ladies, about what your husband needs from you in this relationship. So great. Since you're still here to the very end, be sure to give this video a like. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and turn on your notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be the first to know. And be sure to share this with your friends, because you know that they can get value from the information that I share here. Until next time, I will see you in the next one.